back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little shorter and a little bit more off the cuff, a little bit less structured, but I'm going to be talking about the concept of hardship and struggle, I guess. I have not experienced that much hardship in my life, if I'm being totally honest. My family has been working class and not very wealthy my whole life. Only within the past few years has my dad started to make a little bit more money at his still very blue collar, very working class job. And I, even though that was my family situation, I never saw it. My parents sheltered me a lot, and I just didn't experience a lot of financial hardship, basically. Even in the bad years when we were struggling to make ends meet, we would still get any video game we asked for at Christmas, and me and my brother just never knew how much we were struggling. So yeah, I never really experienced much financial hardship. And right now, I'm a student and I've got a lot of resources from my college, so I'm not financially struggling right now either. I mean, that might change soon once I graduate, but basically I've never had to deal with financial hardship. I've never had I haven't had a consistent history of mental health issues in my life. I had one period a couple years ago, right before I transitioned, when my mental health dipped pretty low and I got really bad anxiety and derealization. But then I came out of that with therapy and transitioning, and I feel better than ever now in terms of my mental health. And even with my transition, sure, I've dealt with family not totally understanding and being immediately supportive, but I haven't experienced discrimination or hate crimes or really a lot of oppression for being trans. Probably the hardest part is my own internal mental struggles, and the fact that I've had to pay a decent chunk of money. Honestly, most of my transition has been covered by my insurance and financial aid. It's just laser and sperm banking are the only things that I've had to actually pay for. Yeah, I've never experienced discrimination. I haven't had any trouble getting a job. My parents haven't disowned me. I pass relatively well, and I have passing privilege from that, I think. So I don't know. I just have lived a relatively privileged life. This is me checking my privilege right now, essentially. I've got a lot of privilege. I'm white, obviously. Did I mention that? Yeah, I fell a few privileged tiers when I went from a cisgender heterosexual male to being a transgender queer female. So that was 3 tiers down on the privilege ladder. But I must say, for trans women, even for lesbian trans women, for queer trans women, I'm relatively privileged. And I can acknowledge that. I can be honest with myself about that. But the weird thing is, and I don't know if this is immoral or not that I feel like this, but I almost feel I desire hardship, I crave it. I want to have those perspectives and those experiences that you can only get from having a more difficult life. And that sounds so weird. Why would I want my life to be more difficult? Why would I want to experience pain and suffering in my life? Why would I want to be poor or not passing or I don't know, have mental health issues? And I don't really want to be any of those things. But I don't know, I feel my privilege kind of gives me a lack of perspective in life. So yeah, that's a weird conflicting little thought process that I have. And then it combines with this desire that I have to be this penniless backpacker, world traveler type, where I just start walking across the earth without any material possessions or whatever. I want to give up materialism and just be some bodhisattva, hippie type that's just a wanderer, that doesn't care about owning stuff or whatever. I really want to do that. It sounds like the coolest thing in the world, and it sounds like it would be really fulfilling. But the thing is, I mean, maybe it would be cool, but I can't possibly know what it would be until I do it. But I think that it would kind of suck. But that's the point, right? It would be humiliating and grueling and difficult. And I'm romanticizing that. I think that would be fun and like meaningful. But it probably wouldn't be fun. It would probably be meaningful, but like not in the way that I think it would be. But I can't help from like perceiving it that way. But maybe that's a good thing because, you know, if I'm like compelled to do this, if I'm compelled to just like give up all of my material possessions and just like, you know, be like humble and living like, I don't know, like, I don't know if poverty is like the right word to describe it, but like not like a materialistic lifestyle where I'm like chasing like money and success and that kind of thing. I don't know. I'm like just swirling around in my thoughts right now. This is what I get for like not writing it down in my notebook and like structuring the video out beforehand. But basically what I'm saying is that like I want to like give up my material possessions and like pull like a Buddha move where like I just like I'm so privileged but then I'm still unhappy, even though I'm not even unhappy, but I just feel like there's more out there that I could get. So I want to get more by giving up what I have. I want to get something intangible, something like more like spiritual or like meaningful by giving up like the material possessions that I have and living like a simpler life like in another part of the world that like doesn't have like the same materialistic culture as the United States. And I'm romanticizing that, but at the same time I know that it would like not be like fun and like romantic the way I'm describing it, but it probably would be meaningful. And you know what? I kind of like do this already. Like just earlier this month, or not this month, this summer, I went to Peru. I spent like $2,000 total on this trip, including the flight tickets and like paying like the trail guide that I used to like climb a mountain and just all of my expenses while staying there. It was $2,000 total. And that was like one of the most stressful, intense, grueling experiences that I've had in a long time. Like, it was stressful being in Peru for 2 weeks where I didn't speak the language and I like didn't really have any like accommodations. Like, I just bought the plane tickets, showed up, and then booked a hostel, and then like I would just every couple of days I would hop on some random Peruvian bus line and then go to another city that I didn't know anything about and stay at a hostel there and just walk around the city and explore and like try to survive. And then we like climbed the mountain for like 5 days like to get to like some ancient Choque Corral ruins, like some ancient Incan ruins. That was fun. But it was intense. It was really hard. It was like emotionally intense. It was stressful. It was like financially intense. Like I said, I spent like $2,000 on that. And it's like, why? I was reflecting on this and inspired to make this video today because I was reading my journal entry from when I was in Peru. But I was just reflecting on the fact, like, why do I spend $2,000 to like live like some backpacker, like penniless nomad? Like, why do I spend money to introduce hardship into my life? Like, is my life too comfortable? Do I live like too cushy of like a privileged life that like I just need to like go out and like do something more like hard and more thrilling? And it's like, yeah, I feel like I do. I feel like that's what I'm experiencing. And it sounds fucked up, but it's like, after I graduate college, I want to leave. I want to leave the US and like go. I don't want to like use my like computer science degree that I spent the last 4.5 years like and however many thousands of dollars earning to like go get like a nice like desk job as like a like software developer somewhere and like make a lot of money and buy a nice house and stuff. I want to graduate and then go move to Taiwan and get a shitty job teaching English that doesn't pay me anything so I can like have like a novel experience that's like harder and like gives me like a different perspective on the world. And I feel confident that this is like what I want to do and what's meaningful to me, but it just seems so weird. Like I'm just like actively like rejecting like these privileges and these opportunities that I've been handed in life to do something that's like harder and like traditionally like less like lucrative. But I also can't deny that it takes the privilege that I have anyway to even do these things. Like if I didn't have the $2,000 and like the meager like small amount of Spanish education that I had, all that stuff, I couldn't have gone to Peru. And like as an American, I was like, and a college student, I was privileged enough to get the vaccine and then quickly get the vaccine, buy tickets, fly to Peru, and come back before the Delta variant even took off. Like, that was like the tiniest window where it was like maybe even a little bit morally like okay to go somewhere, and I just pounced on that opportunity because I have like the privilege and the opportunity in my life to be able to make those kind of decisions. I like didn't have to like worry about taking time off from my job because I had enough money that I was going to be fine anyway. So, and then like when I go to Taiwan after I graduate, it's like I don't need to support my family. I don't have crazy medical expenses. I mean, I do have medical stuff that I have to worry about, my transition stuff, but you know, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But it's like I have the ability and the possibility, the ability, I'm just rambling, to go to another country and just do some shit that's like just weird and crazy and like not gonna make me a lot of money just because I feel like that's gonna be more meaningful in my life or whatever. And I have the privilege to be able to do that. So I don't know how to like reconcile these two things of like feeling like I want to like have like a more meaningful, like non-materialistic, non-privileged experience in my life, but also recognizing that like it takes like the privilege and the opportunity that I've been given in my life to even be able to pursue those things. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna stop ranting now. This video is already 11 minutes. I don't know how I got to 11 minutes without even like structuring this in my notebook. I gotta say, I'm getting kind of bored with this format of like just like structuring out like a little diagram in my notebook of like some topic I was thinking about. So I think that I'm gonna start maybe doing like some video essays. Somebody in a different video suggested like maybe trying a let's play or like a collaboration with another YouTuber, or maybe I'll do like more of like a podcast type thing with some friends. Oh, I think that me and my friend Liv are gonna go shopping and do like a haul video with like some cool like thrift store stuff that we get. So I'm gonna start diversifying on this channel a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit restricted by the format I've been working with so far. So stay tuned if you want to see more diverse stuff on this channel. I mean, this is not like a very trans-centric topic, so I'm already diversifying a little bit here. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe or whatever. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs on YouTube to get monetized and all that. You know, that's really what I want to do. I don't want to be an English teacher. I want to be like a famous internet person and then make money off that and then travel the world. Yeah. Anyway, okay, bye guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.